What is going on, everybody? This is Slick from Breaking the Clutch, back again with another high priority upcoming balance update preview type situation thing. This is where I'll be reading the latest from 343 and CA, talking about what changes they want to make to the balances in the meta. So, without further ado, let's jump right into what Sketch has recently posted on Halo Waypoint and Haloware subreddit. Of course, 343 and CA do not officially have real notes for us yet. These notes are something to look forward to. I'm pretty excited about it. Right away, we're looking at Forge's Anvil round. That is immediately the most important thing. What they're going to be doing is fixing the bug where air units caught in the splash zone would be damaged. So that means that they're going to make it so Anvil round does not affect air units, which I think is really good. Even though engineers did a good job holding off against it with a 40% damage reduction in the engineer shield. Definitely something that will be helpful, especially with, say, mid to late game air getting just demolished by the Anvil round. Splash damage drops off much more rapidly, making it much less damaging against groups of units. That means that your squad of 10 hunters will no longer die one shot due to the splash damage ridiculousness. So, Forge's Anvil round still does the same single target damage, but the splash damage drops off much more quickly, greatly reduce the impact on groups of infantry, for example. Just as I was saying, say if you guys saw me running Arbiter Enforcers almost every single game, just to combat the Forge Hog and Serena Ice Cream Truck spam. And of course, that means that no longer will I lose every single Enforcer in this. That makes me think that the Arbiter Enforcers are definitely going to be more prominent and much more successful with these changes once they're implemented. The splash damage was clearly too much in skewing lots of matchups, so we've adjusted this accordingly. Thank you, thank you. Of course, guys, I also want to note that they have not talked about an official release date for this balance update. Of course, that could be really harmful to the community of Halo Wars, especially because we've been dealing with this BS and, you know, OP-ness of the OP Hog and Serena's craziness with her freezing exploit as well. So the community might have to deal with this until Yap Yap's release, which could be, you know, late August. They always say mid to late August, but it's going to be late August most likely. So we're definitely going to have to wait a while and deal with some annoyances before we're actually able to see some of these updates go into place. Of course, moving on to the Reaver major weaponry bug fix, this was causing it to do 50 to 60% of the intended DPS and vastly less effective than intended. So that means that they buffed the Reaver's DPS and then it didn't do what they were trying to do. So that just means the animation was a little bit more crazy, or that he only got maybe a third or 1/4 of the actual buff that the Reavers were intended to have. I mean, oops. Build time decreased from 20 seconds to 18 seconds, more consistent with the Wolverine build time relative to cost. Thank you. This is something that I complain a lot on the BtC Discord, especially with, say, one of the veteran Halo Wars players, Metaloid Monkey. Metaloid and I always whine and complain that the Reavers are underpowered as a whole. These changes are going to make them much more balanced, I'd say, especially due to their cost, supply, power, population. They are the most expensive units, I want to say, that you can get in the, especially in the anti-air class, easily. And so it's good to see that they're reducing this build time and as well as increasing the DPS to where they actually wanted it to be. It's funny that they tried to buff the Reaver and then only buffed it a little bit. Ooh, that's not very good. Moving on to Serena, Ice Barrier. No longer chills or freezes structures. Okay, so a lot of you guys aren't even aware of this. You know, generally speaking, I make videos on exploits, or Nick or myself will make videos on exploits, so that way everyone can see exactly, like, say, just so you guys are informed. And generally speaking, when we want something nerfed, we will put it on the channel just because 343 and Creative Assembly do watch Breaking the Clutch videos. So, of course, if we make a video on it, the devs are more aware of the situation, they nerf it quicker. A lot of people make comments on those videos saying, like, wow, why would you do this just so you see it every single game? You guys are so annoying. You don't even care about the community. It's like, no, dude, seriously, we're just trying to make sure that everything just, like, this just needs to be gone. Okay, so the sooner that everyone is using it in a game, the quicker the devs are like, oh, shit, we're kind of killing our game, because everyone complains about it, then it gets nerfed quicker. So, but this one time, I decided to change up my outlook on it, and I heard about this Ice Barrier exploit and did not do a video on it just because I wanted to see. I just had a feeling that they would still get a nerf on it if we complained secretly to them, and then at the same time, we didn't show it to the rest of the community, so that way everyone wouldn't start using it. But a lot of you guys didn't know this, but you could literally use Serena's Ice Barrier, drop it around a base when it's upgraded to level 2, and then it could literally freeze the entire base, and then none of the buildings would break because the freezing animation would not stop. It would just, your shit would be frozen for the entire game if you were never shot. So at around, say, at less than the 3-minute mark, your entire base would be frozen for the rest of the game until your opponent had a sizable army to attack you, which is just stupid. So I'm glad to see that nerfed. Moving on to the Tundra Bison, upgraded cryo mortar splash radius decreased by 33%. I don't know. I never really dealt with that very much. I'm not sure if I ever saw, say, an upgraded twice bison or even upgraded bison in general. I mean, I had a couple builds where I'd say I'd run the Y ability upgrades. That way you can start freezing and slowly push your opponent's infantry armies back. But I don't think I ever really ran into that. So, I mean, if it was overpowered, good. I'm glad they're doing it. Cryoblast, reduce residual damage by 20, 30%, and 33%. Now, radius decreased by 3%, 8%, and 6%. And then, of course, cost 150, 220, 300, increase to 200, 300, 400. That is very good. I think that's incredibly important just because the Cryoblast was becoming very, very, very effective at swaying those mid to late game giant final game deciding engagements. So it's good to see that the Cryoblast is actually reduced in terms of effectiveness overall. Don't know if I agree with the cost upgrade because I feel like it's still, it wasn't as effective early game. So I'm not sure if I think the cost might have been okay, but definitely the radius and residual damage, those two things needed to be changed for sure. On to Seismic Charge, if for those of you who don't know, that's the one where you drop it and any frozen units get shattered and it does a shit ton of damage to them. Like, you could actually kill an entire army of the Cryoblast in a Seismic Charge. Shatter radius decreased by 25% to 23%. I know a lot of you might think that's not a lot, but of course with the adjustments to Cryoblast, this is also going to be extremely effective. In the late game, the maxed out Cryoblast and Seismic Charge combo is very strong and was allowing Serena too much dominance. When she built up the combination of leader powers, it was making late game repetitive when playing against her. These changes increase the cost of Cryoblast and slightly reduces the number of units you can freeze, but more importantly, it reduces the number of units you can shatter once they are frozen. Oh, okay, it doesn't even say that. Much more armies left alive, even if the combo succeeds. That is good. That's what we want. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about these fixes. If that's all you wanted to hear was the potential balance preview, then go ahead and click out now because I'm going to talk a little bit more about, say, the channel. I'm pretty excited about it. I've seen a lot of people talking about various things that are going to happen to Halo Wars YouTubers. I just kind of want to share my 2 cents. Firstly, one thing I want to talk about is thank you guys a million times over the moon because we just hit 5,000 subscribers. I remember back in March, which was only, 5 months ago, we were sitting at 230 subscribers. We were getting 30 to 40 views a video. We were daily uploading Halo Wars 1 videos for about a month. And then as soon as Halo Wars 2 came out, we just continued our roll and our community blew up. I remember back in March, I was just talking about with Nick, we had a goal of hitting 500 subscribers by the end of August. It is August 7th when I'm recording this video, and we are at, I think it's 5,133. So I just can't, 10 times our goal is just something I can't even express how I feel so good. It's incredible. Thank you guys so much a million times. You know, we love Halo so much, and to see it grow, say, especially Halo Wars 2, grow to this level is just absolutely remarkable. Also, what are we going to be doing after Halo Wars 2? A lot of people are asking. Is there an after Halo Wars 2? To us, we don't know. We just want to keep making Halo Wars 2 videos. We love them to death. We're not worried about, say, running out of content or anything. We have consistent videos. We always have new ideas. We have a lot of new things we're going to be trying out, rolling out over the couple next coming months, especially from the Awakening the Nightmare coming up. So just keep your eyes open for that. We're going to be incorporating face cams into our videos, so you guys you're going to get to see our ugly mugs. We actually have some videos way back, like I said, in March, April, maybe, of some face cam footage. So go back and check that out if you want to see what Slick and Nick look like. But, of course, we will be doing that. Also, at the same time, we're going to be doing weekly YouTube live streams for Halo Wars 2. I'd say 90% of our streams are going to be Halo Wars 2 based until, say, maybe after Awakening the Nightmare and all the new leaders and everything for that. But, of course, just keep your eyes out. I'd say the other 10%, we're going to be doing Halo streams. We love Halo streams so much. We've been doing all kinds of things like prop on random custom games. We do like even it's a great time. So I hope you guys are excited for that. And of course, last but not least, please guys, continue your support. You're doing awesome. I'm getting really excited about streaming and just getting more in touch with you guys in the community. Of course, always check out our description because we always have our link to our Discord down there. That's where you can get even more involved with the BTC fam. Haven't plugged the Discord in a long time, and I think we just hit 300 followers. Actually, I believe it's 400 followers on our Discord, which is insane. I think we're probably the most active Halo Wars community. with all of our channels and chat channels. They're always active, and you guys are always talking about new strategies, things you're annoyed about with the game, things you love about the game, partying up with players, talking with Slick, Nick, whoever, anybody at a BTC, whatever, the mod team. You guys are all awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you're excited for the future of Breaking the Clutch. Thank you for where you've gotten us today, but we are not satisfied. We're going to keep growing. Thank you guys so much. Slick from Breaking the Clutch. We'll see you guys next time.